Hey guys, so for this part of the tutorial, we're going to start talking about map knowledge, routes, and strategy, okay? I'm going to give you kind of some examples of shortcuts and things where you can use, like, where I was talking about earlier, using like your flip stall. I'm going to show you a couple of maps where that's useful to do a shortcut. I'm also going to discuss a few other things of how to go about getting map knowledge, because one thing you need to know about map knowledge, you don't want to be practicing a slow route, okay? You can refine it head to toe to where you're the best at doing this specific route, but then you still don't net the times that you see other people doing that are may not even be as refined as you are, but they are taking the proper route. Okay, so this stuff starts becoming really important. All right, map knowledge and routes are extremely critical and important. Everything I've taught you is very useful going blind, but I'm going blind into like a new map. If everybody was going in at the same, it'd be equal scale. But when you don't know the maps and people do, they have an edge over you. So just to throw that out there, we're going to start going over some things, some tricks, and some tips as well, okay? All right, guys, so before I get into the demonstration of things, I did want to also mention I'm going to give you a website that you can go to where you can actually learn and see the more ideal routes that people go about when it came to world records and such, because you do want to take the most you can from even from all the slower former world record routes, because most people, when they start getting better, it's better not to go about your own route that may be slower and you may not be aware of it. It's good to take note of watching what other players have done in order to shave off time, because all it takes is a player just to go a faster route that beats you, even if you were a slightly better player. Okay, if you're slightly only a little bit better, but you're taking the long way and somebody's taking the short way, they're going to beat you. So this website, what you want to do is you want to go to google.com, and in the search engine you're going to want to type rocket racing speedrun. Okay, so when you type that in and you hit enter for the search, a page like this is going to display in the search engine. You're going to see speedrun.com. It's going to say rocket racing, leaderboards, blah, 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 and you're going to want to click on rocket racing. Okay, that's going to be like the first selection in there. Once you click on it, you're going to see a page that looks like this. It's going to be speedrun.com, and it's going to be directly right to rocket racing. Now, one thing to note on this page, it's already got it highlighted with speedrun and speedrun level type. Okay, well, you really don't want to mess with the level type. I'm going to point out that the glitched ones are where there were shortcuts from old bugs where you were able to cut half the map and things like that, but a lot of that's been fixed. When you watch things that relate to glitched, it's interesting to watch, but it's not even really ideal today. So I would just kind of only just watch it just for fun, but if you really want to learn, you just want to stay off of the glitch and make sure that the speedrun level type is normal. Now, you got two tabs right there for the speedrun and competitive. Speedrun is 1 lap races. Competitive is the 3 lap races. Okay, so and then obviously you start seeing where the word says level. There's a list where it says airborne, airborne 2, alpine, and anaconda. It goes in alphabetical order from A to Z. So I'm going to go down and select anaconda. Okay, so after you click on anaconda, you're going to get a list where it shows, and I'm also going to click on competitive, which, well, I already clicked on competitive already. It shows the list of players from the best time going down to the worst. You want to start from the worst, you want to do a run of whatever map you choose. So let's say you do Anaconda. You're going to want to do a quick run on Anaconda first, and then match it to the time that is in this list. Because the closer you are to the fastest time, they're going to be doing some stuff that's probably going to be out of your league. There's even some things that some of these players do that are still a little hard for me to do perfectly, that even if I try to follow their route, they're just a lot sharper and better at it and faster. So it's better to start from the slower routes and then work your way up, because the older world records that are naturally slower, people didn't know as much about the game, but as the game progressed and matured more, people learned a lot more tricks and how to shave off time. So you're going to want to start from the slower time, so you want to go further down the list and then work your way up. All right, so first do a run on the map of your choosing, and then click on it, and then go from the slower time to the faster. All right, because you can learn a lot that way. That is how I learned a lot in this game for routes, and I just kept practicing, practicing until I improved. So for Anaconda, me personally, I'm in the 140s range. Me personally, for my personal bests, without any certain special cuts or things like that. But I'm just kind of just throwing that out there. But yeah, I've tied with Tupoi right there. My record, my personal best is actually between Tupoi and Shorty, but I'm not on that list because I got that time months ago. But this time was done many months ago. Anyway, yeah, so you just basically just go down the list and you just select, you just go from the slower times and work your way up, okay? That is the best way because you're going to notice little different things that they do that can make a difference. You just got to take it like a grain of salt and just get what you can out of what every player does differently, okay? And you just kind of mold it into yourself of whatever you can do. This website is your library of ideal routes. So just kind of keep that in mind. This is like your blueprint for when it comes to map routes. Okay, but since now I've shown you this, this is for you to do for your own knowledge when it comes to map routes because I'm not going to do all 60 maps. There's 10 speedrun maps and then there is 49 or 50 ranked maps and such. So in total, there's about 60. But yeah, I'm not going to demonstrate all 50, 60 maps, okay, of how to go about them, how I go about them. You have everything you need here in this library when it comes to routes, okay? Beyond that, okay, let's move on, and I'll show you some demonstrations.